Life has a way of throwing us into places where we feel surrounded by enemies, obstacles, and negativity. Sometimes it feels like people are against you for no reason, like situations are designed to break you, or like every step forward is met with an overwhelming sense of resistance. But let me remind you, your story isn't over because of the darkness around you. Even when the shadows seem overwhelming, there is still light waiting to break through, guiding you toward hope and new beginnings. God can make blessings flourish right in the middle of the storm, even in the presence of those who want to see you fail. When David wrote about God preparing a table before him in the presence of his enemies, he wasn't saying that the enemies disappeared. He was saying that God blesses you in front of them. Psalm chapter 23, verse 5 says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows." That's not survival. That's victory. That's abundance. That's God showing you He is still in control. You don't have to surrender to bitterness or resentment when people hurt you, betray you, or plot against you. Instead, you can stand firm in your faith, knowing that your life is in God's hands. The enemy's roar is loud, but it cannot silence God's promises over your life. The gossip can spread, the opposition can rise, but God's blessing will still overflow, and His grace will manifest, providing guidance and strength to your faithfulness. So, don't let the presence of your enemies make you shrink back. Let it be a reminder that God's blessing is so powerful that it shines even brighter against the backdrop of darkness, illuminating even the darkest corners of your life. If you are still standing after everything you've gone through, it's because God has a purpose for you that no one can erase, and that is the truth that needs to be embraced. Maybe you've been through battles that left scars. Maybe you've cried at night because of disappointment, betrayal, or feeling forgotten. But hear this truth: you are not defeated. The fact that you're still here, breathing, fighting, and holding on to faith is proof that God has more in store for you. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17 says, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." The Bible doesn't say weapons won't form, it says they won't prosper. That means attacks may come, gossip may spread like wildfire, and opposition may rise against you in large numbers, but none of it will succeed in destroying the one God has chosen, and that is you. The enemy wants you to think it's over, but God says it's just the beginning. Every setback can be turned into a setup for a comeback. Every loss can become a lesson. Every wound can become a testimony of healing. Defeat isn't in your story because Jesus already won the ultimate victory at the cross. So when the enemy whispers, "You're done," let your faith shout back, "I'm still standing." When the feelings of discouragement make you feel that you're broken, let God's word remind you you're more than a conqueror. Don't measure yourself by the battles you face. Measure yourself by the strength of God who carries you through them. There are seasons when silence feels heavy. You pray, but it seems like the answers don't come. You try, but doors stay shut. In those moments, it's easy to feel forgotten by God. But let me tell you, your name is written on the palms of His hands. Isaiah chapter 49, verse 16 says, "See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." God doesn't forget His children. You may feel overlooked by people, but you are never ignored by the one who created you. When others dismiss your value, God calls you chosen, loved, and precious. When people don't see your potential, God says in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean God is absent. Each moment of silence invites you to look inward, reflect on your journey, and gain clarity on your desires and intentions. Think of the great oak tree that stands strong and tall. It didn't grow overnight. Beneath the surface, its roots were quietly spreading, establishing a foundation before it ever reached for the sky. Our own growth is much the same. During times when you don't see immediate results or answers, God may be nurturing your roots, your character, your resilience, and your faith. In these moments, you are given the opportunity to strengthen your faith. You learn to lean on God, to seek His guidance, and to find comfort in His promises. Consider that your stories are often intertwined with others. In your silence, God may be working in the lives of those around you, positioning them and you for a greater purpose that you may not yet see. Perhaps your next opportunity or blessing is directly connected to someone else's journey, and this time of waiting is essential for that divine intersection to occur. So during those quiet moments, I urge you to hold on to hope. Embrace the stillness as a sacred time of growth. Trust that every season serves a purpose, and every delay is a chance for God's alignment. Keep your heart open and your spirit willing, for what lies ahead may be far greater than you can imagine. Remember, you are not alone. You are being prepared for your next chapter filled with promises and blessings you can't yet see. Your waiting season is the preparation for what's ahead. Loneliness can feel crushing at times. You might be in a crowded room, surrounded by laughter and conversation, yet still feel like nobody truly understands what you're going through. But let me assure you, it's in these moments that it's crucial to remind yourself that Jesus Christ knows your struggle and He understands what you are going through. God walks beside you, offering companionship and strength through every valley, every storm, and every battle. No matter how daunting the journey may seem, there is a comforting presence guiding you, whispering hope into your heart and reminding you that brighter days are ahead. In Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." This reminder is encouraging during challenging times, even when friends walk away, when people betray you, or when family struggles to understand. No matter what happens, you are covered by the unwavering presence of God, standing by your side every step of the way. Embrace that strength and let it empower you. Think about Daniel in the lion's den. In Daniel chapter 6, verses 16 to 22, he wasn't alone. Think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace in Daniel chapter 3, verses 16 to 30. They weren't alone. Jesus was in the fire with them. And think about your own life. Every time you thought you couldn't make it, somehow you did. That's because God was with you. So, the next time loneliness attempts to whisper in your ear that nobody cares about you, take a moment to remind yourself of a deeper truth. Heaven cares profoundly for you. God is intimately aware of your struggles. He sees every tear that falls, hears every prayer you speak, and understands the worries that often keep you awake at night. Remember, you are never truly alone as you navigate the complexities of life. His presence accompanies you constantly, providing comfort and strength in every step you take. No matter where you find yourself, whether in moments of joy, sorrow, or uncertainty, know that you carry His divine love and support with you, illuminating your path even in the darkest times. Every trial carries two options. It can break you or it can build you. The difference lies in how you respond. Instead of surrendering to negativity, use challenges as fuel for growth. Pain can shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate if you let God work through it. Romans chapter 8, verse 28 says, And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Notice it says all things. That includes the heartbreak, the betrayal, the failure, the delay. God doesn't waste pain. He transforms it. Growth rarely happens in comfort. Seeds don't grow in sunshine alone. They need the dark soil and the rain. In the same way, your character is refined not just in victory, but in struggle. Each battle you survive has added strength to your spirit. Each disappointment has built resilience in your soul. So don't resent your journey. Rejoice in the growth it's producing. One day, you'll look back and realize the pain that tried to bury you actually planted you into purpose. It's one thing to celebrate when the battle is over. It's another to celebrate while the battle is still raging. That's what true faith looks like. Praising God before the breakthrough, dancing before the chains fall off, and celebrating blessings even when enemies are still watching. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14 says, "But thanks be to God, who always leads us as captives in Christ's triumphal procession and uses us to spread the aroma of the knowledge of him everywhere." You're not fighting for victory, you're fighting from victory. Jesus already secured it. So lift your head high and rejoice, even when things aren't perfect. Thank God for what he's already done and for what he's about to do. Let your joy be a weapon, because nothing confuses the enemy more than seeing a believer smile in the face of adversity. Your victory isn't just about you. It's a testimony for others to see. When people watch you thrive in the presence of your enemies, they'll know it's not your strength, but God's favor on your life. Celebrate, because the victory is already yours. As we bring this message to a close, I want you to carry these truths in your heart. You are not defeated, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. Life will bring enemies, but God will bring blessings right in front of them. Life will bring battles, but God has already secured your victory. Don't live in fear, resentment, or discouragement. Live in faith, joy, and gratitude. Stand on God's promises, even when your circumstances try to tell you otherwise. Remember that your value isn't defined by the battles you face. It's defined by God, who calls you his own. Your table is being prepared. Your cup is about to overflow. And your enemies, those who doubted, criticized, or tried to stop you, will have no choice but to witness God's blessing over your life. So, walk boldly, live joyfully, and trust fully, because blessings truly can flourish even in the presence of your enemies.